Hey, I'm Bryony Kennedy and I wanted to talk to you about how ADORN Cosmetics has been better this year. So we've been thinking about our brand, and one of the things that we all conclusively decided was ADORN is a brand about being better. It's not about necessarily being the best. It's not about always doing your best, but it's always about being better. And we can always be better. We can do things better. We can behave better. And I think for us, that's really what is at the root of our brand. There's so many layers to our amazing brand, like our accreditations, being vegan, cruelty-free, allergen-free, toxin-free, it's Australian-made, and we're also working on our palm oil certification at the moment as well, which is amazing. So there's so many layers to the brand, but the essence of the brand is about being better. It's about supporting brands that are trying to do better and also helping you, I suppose, contribute to society by lowering your impact. And yes, it's makeup, but every little bit counts. And so I wanted to talk about how ADORN Cosmetics has been better this year and how we've tried to continue that, I suppose, movement towards minimalisation and just doing the best we can with what we have. So, first of all, if you don't know already, we have had a refill program running for many, many years, and that has impacted the landfill issue greatly. Every time you decide to buy a refill, you're minimizing that landfill in such a way that there's just less cubic meters being taken up because you're reusing your pots. There is going to be a little counter on the website. It is there at the bottom at the moment, but we will have a counter, so every time you purchase a refill you will see how many pots have been saved from landfill. So we're really excited about that. We love seeing that counter move up and see you support that refill program. So that's the first thing. The other thing that we have always done is we've used this stretchy honeycomb paper. Now it comes from recycled paper and it is biodegradable. So when we get it, it looks like this, and then with a little bit of a pull, it has this honeycomb structure. And what that does is it protects your goodies from getting damaged in transit, okay? And it also means that the packaging, when it arrives, you can put it in your compost or in your recycling, or even better, you can reuse it. So reuse it as a gift for somebody else, use it for your children, whatever it is. You can do so many things with this particular paper. Now, the reason this paper is important to us, and the honeycomb, which gives it that cushioning, is because our products don't come in outer boxes. So we have never used outer boxes. We've never used outer plastic to seal our products. So for nearly 12 years, the amount of landfill and plastic production that we have prevented just by that simple step. People told me I was crazy for not putting boxes and plastic around my products. It's prevented me from going into many stores because we don't have outer boxes. But that was a sacrifice I was prepared to make, that if I can't go into stores and it means that I don't produce extra boxes and extra packaging around our products, so be it. So for us, that has been a massive impact change. No excess packaging. You just get the products in exactly what is needed for you to have a product dispensed at home. So there's that, the refills, the honeycomb paper, which is absolutely amazing. We're a very minimalist company, and in respects to not being in stores, we have a few stockists, but we don't go in to major stores at this point in time. And the reason for us, it's about getting the products manufacturing here in Australia and trying to minimize the transport of those products. So if we're not having to, send off to stores and then they don't sell them, and then we have to put them into landfill because that particular store didn't sell those products, it's trying to minimize landfill where possible. And for us, we feel that selling direct to you, we know how much of every product we sell, and that therefore gives us the opportunity to make small batches. So we don't make excess batches of anything. We make just what we know we need, and as you would know, sometimes we've run out and sometimes things are on back order, but we would rather that than make too much and then we are putting things into landfill because a certain item hasn't sold. So small batches, freshness, less landfill, less production, and it's always that holistic view. It's not just about the end impact that something has. If you cannot make it at the beginning, that's also minimizing the impact as well. So just making what we need and we know that you want, okay? So that's the other things that we do to make us better. One thing that we were really proud about this year was we used to print off all of our orders on A4 pieces of paper, and we also used to print out the tracking and the details for you to go into your order, okay? So for us, that was 2 pieces of A4 paper that we really were a bit begrudgingly printing. The packing slip was the word I was looking for a minute ago. So the order and the packing slips, those 2 pieces of paper that we were printing, where now what we do is just have one label that prints out and that's it, which is amazing. So we're now not printing on paper for orders, so that's saving so much paper, which is fantastic. We've also introduced biodegradable ribbon. So we did used to have the beautiful fabric ribbon with ADORN on it, but we thought, you know what, let's do something even better and have biodegradable ribbon. So whether it's the black or the grey, this is made out of paper, so you can either reuse it or you can put it in your recycling or into your composting, okay? So that's amazing. Imagine all the fabric that's being saved just by us doing that. We've also swapped from using plastic bags from Australia Post, which at some places can be recycled, but we have moved towards 100% compostable, zero waste bags, okay? So these you can put in your compost. They degrade with sunlight, water, etc. So this is how your products come now. All right, so that's another way that we've become better this year, and considering the thousands of parcels we send out every month, you can just imagine how much plastic we've saved by producing this. We've also swapped some of our packaging to biodegradable packaging. Okay, so you'll notice some of the concealers, some of the cream blushes, our new SAM, the new moisturising balm that we have is all in biodegradable packaging. Okay, so these are wind up. So all you need to do is just pull this tiny little bit of plastic off. The rest of it can go into your compost or your recycling, which is just amazing. So everything that we use in these products are going to be something that you can easily dispose of without worrying about whether your council recycles them or not. So they're just some of the ways that we have become better or tried to make ourselves better this year. If there's any other ways that you feel we could become better, especially in respects to the environment, we'd love to hear from you. Please let us know, as we're always looking for ways to improve and minimise our impact. Okay, so what I thought I would do is just finish off on explaining why we don't use glass. It's one of the things that we do get asked about quite a bit. We do use plastic packaging aside from when we can use biodegradable. The plastic packaging that we use is technically recyclable. I don't know how much faith I have in the recycling industry in Australia at the moment. So we are also looking at a refill program for the skincare. And we do also have, as I mentioned at the beginning, a refill program for all our loose minerals. Okay, so that means these pots can keep being reused over and over again. Okay, with things like the creams and the liquids, it's not as easy to do that for health and safety reasons. We just have to be really careful about that. But we are looking into a refill program for the skincare. But getting back to why we don't use glass. Now, glass, you could say, is on the face of it more environmentally friendly if you're just looking at the end result of recycling it. Okay, you can keep recycling it. Plastic you can only recycle so many times, but the production of glass, there's more involved in producing glass at the beginning than there is plastic. And the other reason that we don't use glass is that the actual cost to the environment to transport the glass, because it weighs so much more. So if we pretend this is glass and this is plastic, and I decided just for so-called environmental reasons to go for glass, there's going to be more plastic required to protect this glass to get to me. And let's face it, most of the packaging comes from out of Asia. So there's most of this is going to have to be protected with something. Okay, so there's the production of whatever that protection material is to protect the glass. Then you have the extra fuel costs and all of that because of the weight of the glass to get it over here. Okay, so it's not as environmentally friendly as you think it is. And if you take into account the beginning or the production cycle and the processing of something, not just the end result, you'll find that sometimes not everything is as it seems. And so glass at the moment is not a better environmental choice than plastic. So that is the reason we don't use glass. The plastic we don't need to protect, it just gets thrown into a box, that's how we get it. Yes, you can recycle it, and there's less fuel, there's less that's needed to protect to get it to us. So in the event that we did sell glass as well, we'd also have to package it in a different way to get it to you safely, and also the risk of you dropping it and smashing it in your bathroom increases, and obviously that means you're needing to buy more products, and that's not great for the environment either. So there's some little reasons why we don't use glass over plastic. Hopefully I've explained how we are environmentally conscious and how we're hoping to be better all the time. And as I said, if there's any way possible that you think we could be doing better, please let us know. As I said before, I'm Bryony Kennedy, the founder of ADORN Cosmetics. Thank you so much for listening to this, not tutorial, I just did a tutorial. This is a video about how we are better. So thank you for tuning in, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye.